And I'm back with more Dragon Quest VII. I'm here in the Temple Palace, and apparently there's still a few things I gotta do. But I cut the episode where I did to make sense. So I'll just do this today and then do 2 episodes of Danganronpa tomorrow. Alright. So, shouldn't be too much more, actually. I just need to find the gray fragment. Aha! Good. I don't think there's anything else important. Yeah, I checked all these doors. Let's go down. Aha. Okay. There's no enemies in the inside. Looks like there's just gonna be a bunch of cutscenes setting this stuff all up. Huh? Decently healed. Huh?
You there! Stop where you stand.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were grave robbers. Clearly, I was mistaken. So, strangers, who are you? Are you travelers, perhaps? I see. Now you must listen. This place is a graveyard. A graveyard for we desert dwellers forsaken by our queen. Every evening, monsters come here to loot and despoil the graves. I have taken it upon myself to keep them at bay. And you are obstructing my work. You must leave this place and never return. There is a village southeast of here. My name is Hadid. Inform the local people of this encounter and you shall surely be welcome there. Queen Fetiti, how could you flee and abandon your subjects to their fate?
Okay. Dang it, you were in my way. Ow! God!
Let's go!
Yay!
All in a day's work.
Or at least now I know I'll be able to heal somewhere. Holy water.
No.
We cannot go like this. Something must be done.
Oh,
Wait. Don't be rash. You cannot venture into the desert alone. Not in your current condition. Queen Fetiti, I, your humble servant, shall give my life to save you from the monsters. You... Huh? Huh? Who are you?
yes?
What is it you say? One by the name of Hadid told you of a village? Very well. Then you had better enter. Please talk to Elder Khalid. should you wish to spend the night here. And don't mind my terrible Middle Eastern accent either. Because again, I'm mainly just trying to follow along with what the game gives me. I've said this when the game first started. I do like that the game at least makes an attempt, and again, I don't know how accurate these accents and dialects are to the regions that they're specific, but I do give the credit where it's due that they're at least making attempts to make worldly sounding characters, because they didn't have to, right? To my ears, it sounds as genuine as it's going to be, and I mean, Dragon Quest has kind of done this for years. Trying to make it still mostly in English, but trying to add flourishes whenever possible, right? So I do appreciate that, and again, I'm mainly just a hobbyist voice actor. I don't have a backdrop of skill to fall back on other than doing it for this channel. So, I mean, that and some independent projects recently. So, I don't know how well I'm doing mimicking this stuff, but I've always made an attempt. So I don't know how well that's going to come across. I think this Blitz place will be easier than the French place or Larka, or God forbid any of my other stuff. I think... What are you doing? You do not have permission to enter the storeroom. Please, you must leave now. Because again, I don't know... Every dialect is different, and that's something I've definitely learned. Is that parts of France are different than parts of Italy, and England is made up of like 100 million different accents, just like America is. So there's not one defined dialect, and everything's going to sound differently. So it's just going to be like, it's mimicking it, because I can't spend time studying every single concept, every single talking point, every single thing that I can do. But I do appreciate the ability the game has.
Huh?
There, speaking of the ability, I have the ability to save now. I needed that. Look at that, an hour. Holy shit. I still got about 20 minutes. Because if I wanted to, and this is something that Lee Clips, as a friend, has told me before, not to try voice acting everything. But I've also learned the awareness of, okay, which characters can I do effectively versus which ones can't I do. That is something I've had to learn. And I said this with Suikoden, like Necklord, like Dracula. I can't do that. Or I can't do anything very gruff sounding. I think king. I think, and in a constructive way. She mentioned stuff like trying to be a kingly person and trying to evoke that. That's not what my voice can do. My voice is somewhat variable, but by and large, it's like softer spoken voices or straightforward voices. I can do those to an extent. So trying to add a dialect onto those to begin with, like, I'm not gonna be Mr. Big Burly guy. Like, what was the guy over here? I'm never gonna fit that guy. Just by looking at him, I can see it's not gonna work. But, the awareness of making an attempt, because it's all learning. Because if nothing else, it's learning. And even if my voices aren't like 100% accurate or the dialects aren't perfect, I think it's important to like know my strengths and weaknesses too, because this will inform voice acting on the side, and it will also inform this the longer I do it, which is why I've always wanted to do it. And some people would prefer that I make those attempts to speak over text. Other people don't want that. People don't want people talking over text. You know, they want to read it. That's fine. There's channels for that. And everybody's different. I think it's where I'm at now. It's the awareness of knowing that I don't fit every single character in every single spot, but at least making the best attempt that I can in my situation without it coming off as an impression. I think Lee's point at the time was, don't try to do an impression of Jim Cummings doing Winnie the Pooh. It's very bad. Do not try to do Donald Duck. You know, because we were playing Kingdom Hearts at the time, and it was just awful. And she hated it. And again, this was like 3 or 4 years into me doing, you know, pseudo voice acting, right? With D&D and effort. You know, trying to do an impression means it sounds like shit. So don't do it. If it's something close to my voice, it's not really an impression. Sort of. But at the end of the day, it's like an impression, but not really. But when it's too far, suspension of disbelief. I think this was the point. The allure of wanting to do it comes with the fact that not everyone's voice is suited for a certain thing. And the more that I've done voice acting on the side, the more I've started to come across as, am I suspending disbelief enough in these people in this region to make an attempt that comes across as at least somewhat genuine, right? Can viewers suspend disbelief enough to where I don't sound like shit? That's the important thing. Anyway, let's get to this so that I'm not just talking your guys' ear off. Anyway, let's get more stuff. Anyway, hello. Truly. I did not expect to see visitors at a time like this. You say that a man you met at the Temple Palace told you of a village? Oh, please excuse me. Alright, so, hey, and the more you learn about a character, the more it informs your performance. My health has deteriorated a great deal of late. Still, I must not complain. I'm greatly privileged to remain alive. The news that there are monsters in the Temple Palace is terribly distressing. You must be fatigued following your journey. Please, you must spend the night at my house. The room of my son is on the 2nd level. It's unoccupied at present.
Well.
Please go up to the 2nd level and rest. The room belongs to Elder Khalid's son and heir, but he left the village a while ago and is yet to return. My guess is it's Hadid. Could be my guess. And he'll wonder what we're doing while just being up here out of nowhere. Anyway, let's check this because we're allowed to. There's nothing up here. That's too bad. Anyway. Let's sleep in a bed. On hardwood floor or a mud hut floor. I don't know.
Well.
Good morning. Trust you had a restful sleep. Elder Khalid wishes to speak with you. He awaits you downstairs. Ah. You've awoken, I see. I trust you enjoyed a restful sleep. Now, you have observed the situation outside the village for yourselves. We desert dwellers have been besieged by monsters for some time. It all began when we commenced the construction of a great likeness of the spirit of the land. That is drew their attention. Upon pain of death, they demanded we build a likeness of the great evil instead. We had no choice but to obey. What's more, they demanded we relinquish one young maiden from the village into their clutches each year. Her Majesty, Queen Fertiti, went to the monsters and offered herself instead. Alas, we had not heard from her since. Not long after her departure, the skies grew dark, and the sun ceased to shine upon the sands. Queen Fertiti's temple palace lies abandoned and blighted, and within it, monsters frolic with abandon. What's more, there's no one remaining in Al-Balad who is capable of driving the monsters away. It's a terrible situation, dear travelers. You would do well to leave this desert, never to return. Children such as yourselves cannot hope to defy the monsters who torment us. Be sure to avoid the temple palace if you value your lives. Damn. Why are the stupid monsters always causing trouble whenever we go? It makes me really, really hungry. Angry! I mean angry. I think you mean hangry. Anyway.
Huh?
Let's save again. I'm just seeing where I'm at. Okay, probably about another 10 minutes or so. I mean, if I run long, I run long. I don't really care too much, but at least I can save it. Okay, so... Don't people realize that telling us to stay away from certain places only makes us want to go there more? On that note, let's head back to the Temple Palace. We've got monsters to get rid of. Chop chop! Don't keep me waiting. Sure. I understand. Good! Maribel's such a bitch. Anyway. Let's keep going in the temple. Let's kick the monsters' asses. Oh. Is it a feeling in my bones, or do I detect the stench of human blood? Hello, not Matador. How you doing? Speaking of games that would scare the shit out of me, playing SMT3 would suck. But I might do it someday. Oh, he's dead. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Hmm?
I didn't think there were any of you lot left. What a pleasant surprise. This should be a rib-tickling little experience. There's nothing better than having a real live human to toy with from time to time.
Huh?
You are mine now, foul beast. The acts you have perpetrated upon my brethren are unforgivable. I will not rest until you have been torn asunder. Huh? You! Why have you come back here? I told you never to return to the Temple Palace.
A little late for that now.
Well, it's clearly my lucky day. Just look at all these toys I've got to play with now. Come here, you lot. I've got a bone to pick with you.
Ah ha ha! Die.
As do I with you,
Again.
repulsive creature. I suppose we must do battle alongside each other for now, travelers. Do not impede me, or you will be sorry.
Cool. I've got a bone to pick with you! Anyway.
Taste my steel!
Ooh! Falcon Strike. Nice. Falcon Slash. Ooh, I like this one. I don't like how she says frizzle. Anyway. A befuddle? Damn, that's nice. Anyway. Whoosh. Yes, whoosh. Okay, you're really good. I like you. The frizzle hurts a lot. Or frizzle hurts a bit. I like you. Ah, you bitch. Ow, you suck. Oh! Well, that didn't work. Ow! Suck.
Here comes the heat.
That is such a broken skill. I love it. Ooh. Handy. What? I don't know why I did that. I wasn't paying attention.
Taste my steel!
There we go. Ow! Suck. You're not dead yet? There! That poor horsey.
Great spirit guides us.
Yay! Yay!
But wait! You don't want to lay these old bones to rest just yet. Trust me.
That poor horsey!
Do not demean yourself by begging for mercy, worm. Do you truly think it will have any effect?
Just listen for a minute. You recognize this necklace, don't you? That's right. It belonged to your queen. And I didn't have to bash her over the skull to get it either. She gave it to me of her own free will. Now, as I understand it, you desert dwellers have to do what the owner of the necklace tells you. So...
Have you quite finished?
Hey! Wait! Isn't there an ounce of mercy in that skeleton of yours? No!
This necklace is an heirloom of our royal family. It is unthinkable that Queen Fertiti would willingly relinquish it to a filthy monster. You appear to be hurt. Allow me to administer to your wounds.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, did you not hear me the first time I told you never to return to the Temple Palace? You must have sand between your ears. Outsiders such as you have no business meddling in desert affairs. Still, I am grateful for your support in this battle. Come, let us return to the village. We will speak further there.
This makes things more
difficult.
Oh. Sorry.
A violent sandstorm is raging outside. We have no choice but to wait for it to pass. Now, where would be the best place to see out the storm? Ah, yes. Come. We must venture below ground.
So we basically just went back where we were. Got it.
I assume you have nothing with which to occupy yourselves while we wait for the sandstorm to pass. Then please, you must assist me with the digging of fresh graves. You wish to involve yourselves in our affairs, did you not? What better way than to sift through our very bones?
Ugh.
Easy does it. You don't want those bones crunched into dust. Why am I the one digging these stupid graves, huh? My clothes are absolutely ruined.
Wah, wah, wah.
You do not enjoy digging? Then perhaps you would prefer to carry the corpses instead.
Fine. I'll get back on my knees in the dirt, shall I?
Good. It builds character.
You know, it occurs to me that I have not yet asked your names.
Now it occurs to you. Typical.
Could you go any line
Still.
without being a dick?
Better late than never, I suppose. My name's Maribel. I'm Ruff. Nice to meet you.
Strife introduces the situation. Anyway, again, you can see where it's like, I get that the game is trying eventually to make Maribel lighten up, but then there are situations like this where it's just like, no, you haven't learned a goddamn thing. I know that you want to go on adventures and stuff, but could you lighten the fuck up for half a fucking second? Show any semblance of, like... And there's, like, peeking out. There's these moments ever so slightly of her, like, not being a prissy mayor's daughter. But my God, it's like 99% of the time, she has nothing worthwhile to say without just being a complete asshat.
You say the journey that led you here was a long and arduous one, and that you have visited many other parts of the world, all of which are suffering at the hands of monsters, just as is happening here in my beloved desert. Interesting. But you must understand, our suffering has not been caused by monsters alone. Our queen must also bear responsibility. Indeed, you heard what the beast said about the necklace. Queen Fertiti must have given it to him in an attempt to barter for her life. Do you not see what this means? She has abandoned her subjects in order to save herself. But I am too tired to speak of this now. We will talk more tomorrow. Please, rest your weary bodies. I will keep watch and ensure that you come to no harm.
Sorry.
Oh,
I like that Ruff gets a Wolfie to sleep on. That's cute.
Then I shall tell you the story of the Temple Palace. Not so long ago, there was a magnificent edifice, towering tall and proud above the sands. Those same sands have been home to monsters, but only in small numbers. Nevertheless, it was decided by the Queen that a great likeness of the spirit of the land must be built in order to intimidate those few monsters into leaving her domain. The men of Al-Balad toiled hard to produce the great edifice. But far from driving the fiends away, it drew the attention of their lord and master. The desert was flooded with monsters, and many of our people were lost in the fight to keep the great likeness from coming to harm in the onslaught that followed. And all of this was for naught. There was not even a need to build it. We were more than capable of defending ourselves within the without the great extravagance. Now, this temple palace lies in ruins, and countless of our brethren are dead. All thanks to the foolish whim of a ruler who would not listen to some sense. Yet, despite this travesty, I am the only person in the village who is willing to speak out. Such injustice! In any case, the storm appears to have died down. I will return to Al-Balad. Meet me there.
Hurrah! I should save it! Yo! I gotta get to work, hopefully. Whoops. Well, I zoomed outside, I guess. Let's zoom properly this time. There. Yes, let's zoom another 100 feet.
Right.
Come! I have waited for you long enough. Let us enter the village without further delay.
Oh,
Surely not. He lives! Master Hadid lives! Everyone, come quickly! Master Hadid is alive!
Cool. I'ma save it.
Yay!
I shall save it. I shall see you next time. Yo!